everyone, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on here and discuss these raggedy braids in my head because I just want to. So yeah, let's get started. So although you cannot tell because my roots are so grown out on these braids, these are knotless box braids. Now, these are probably the best box braids that I've ever had in my head. There is about 50 pros to my one con of getting these braids, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about them. I just want to say, I am going to preface this with
box braids that are knotless are not for everybody.
they're really not. So yeah, let's go through. So first thing that I loved about this hair is it took no time at all to get this hair done. Like, I started this hair, the stylist started on this hair about like 11 in the morning, and by about 2:30, 3 o'clock, I was done with the hair. Might have been a little bit before that because I think I walked out there about like 2:30. So to me, that's quick. As someone who gets box braids all the time, like, it could take hours to get these things done, and it's a decent length. Like, she did it pretty long. So I was very, very, very happy with the fact that it was done so quickly. Another thing that I liked about the hair is about getting these box braids is immediately there was no tension. There was no tension on the hair. Like, I wasn't like, usually when I get my box braids, I am in pain. And when I say pain, I mean, I'm like spraying oil sheen on my hair, trying to get them to loosen up. Like, I'd be ready to cry because they're so tight. There was like little to no tension with getting these box braids in my head. Like, I love that. It was like, I was just chilling. Like, the time went by like nothing. Like, usually I'm like cringing, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. None of that with these knotless box braids. So that is like a great thing. Another thing that I loved about this hair is immediately I was able to style the hair. I usually have to wait like a few days before I can move the braids out of how they were braided into my hair. For example, if she braided the hair going this way, it was gonna stay like that for a week before I was able to switch this braid to this side of my head, because that's usually how tight the hair is. I was so happy that like the day I got home, before I got in the car, and I was able to start like moving the hair and just doing styles with it to kind of just like play with it. Like, I love that because that is not normal when you get box braids. So these knotless box braids, that's another great thing. Another great thing about these braids is they are so lightweight. When I get braids, I tend to just wear them like this. I don't get braids for like styling. I mostly get braids to use as protective styles because I am very, very, very lazy with doing my hair. So when I get braids, I usually just wear them like this. One, because they're usually super heavy. So heavy that any style that I put the braids into, by midday, I have to take them down, like wearing them up and doing like crown braids within the braids, all that other stuff. Like, I could never keep it for a long time because the tension is so much and the weight of the braids is so heavy. I usually have to take it down like super quick because I just can't take it. Like, it gives me a headache. These braids, I was able to style them so much, and I didn't have a problem with it. Like, usually if I put my box braids into a ponytail, I can't wear that crap all day. I can't because I'm like in pain. Like, it just hurts like by my ears and everything. But with these braids, you're able to do that. So I love that about these braids. Like, there's probably a few other points that I'm missing as far as these braids go. But I want to touch on my one con with this hair. The one thing I thought it wasn't going to be a big deal and it wasn't going to be a deal breaker as far as me getting these knotless box braids again. But ultimately, even with all those great things about having these braids, it's gonna make me never get them again. Like, I will never spend my $160, or I know people pay even more, charge even more than that to get to do knotless box braids. This is my ultimate deal breaker. It does not look good if your hair is fine or thin. It looks terrible. like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, it just doesn't look great if you have thin hair. I have very thin, fine hair. Like, very, very fine hair. Like, even when I catch my hair, I don't even wear my natural hair. That's one of the reasons. We're on a journey to embrace it. But for that reason, like, I don't wear my hair because it's so thin and it's so fine. It almost looks like I'm bald-headed, even though I have hair on. When I first got this hair done, I was so disappointed. I was so quiet that whole day because I was just like, so disappointed because it was like, had no volume. It was thin to my head. I just felt like it didn't look right. I was like, oh my God, why did I pay this much money to have this disaster get into my head? All that kept playing on rewind and on a loop in my head was that Jay-Z voice saying,
"Pay for everybody."
Like, it just kept playing on a loop in my head, and I was just like, why? This is a disaster. But eventually the roots grew out and I was able to accept them a little bit more. But I will never get them again because it doesn't look good when you have thin hair. It just doesn't. Like, I've seen pictures. I even asked the stylist. I said to her, you know, my hair is really thin. Do you think I could like get this style? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's for me. And she was like, no, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. No, it was not fine. But anyway, those are my thoughts on knotless box braids. If you have thin or fine hair, think twice. Think twice.
Think twice.
Before you actually get them, because they may not look great as it does when people have like thicker and voluminous hair, because I'm just saying it didn't look great. Thanks for coming by to watch another one of my videos. Let me know what you think, or if you have any suggestions on what you think may work next time I get braids or box braids, or if you have a stylist that can make thin hair look great with knotless braids, feel free to comment below and let me know, because I love these braids. I just don't love that thin ass look on my head. Thanks for watching. Come back. We're on a journey. JuJu's. Bye.